We're going to make almond tartlets. It's a tiny little pastry and very petite, but extremely light and fluffy. And it's pretty easy to make as well. So let's start off with a small bowl, and we're going to add 2 eggs that have been at room temperature. And you're going to beat them just till they start to look very light and that they're very foamy, in other words. You want them to come out very foamy. And that shouldn't take you too long to do that. Now once that they're become foamy, and that's probably a minute or 2 with your hand mixer. And that's what they look like so far. You're going to add a ½ teaspoon of almond extract to the eggs. And then again, just beat them on high for a few seconds. The next thing you're going to do on high speed is you're going to slowly put in a ½ cup of granulated sugar. Now you want it at high speed because you want it to actually come out that it's almost white in color and it has a ribbon type texture to it. Now the problem is this can take somewhere up to 5 to 7 minutes. I find it generally takes me about 5 minutes for the eggs to turn almost white, and then it will drip off the beaters with a ribbon-like texture. But we're going to move it on along, of course, because of the video. So again, beat them till they're almost white. And that probably will take you 5 to 7 minutes, depending on the speed, of course, of your hand mixer, or you're using a stand mixer. That could depend on that. I'll show you what I have so far, though. It's light in color. It's quite not creating a ribbon. We'll just give that just a little bit more. But you're also going to need a cup of almonds. And what you want to do is you want to put them either in your processor or your blender, anything that will actually chop them fine, that they'll come out like a powder. You don't want them to have any chunks in them or that type of thing. Now once that your wet is looking the way that you want it to be, what you're going to do is you're going to start slowly just stirring in. So I'm going to lower down my mixer and just stir the almonds in. And as you can see how that when I used my processor, how small and how light they are. There's no chunks of the nuts in them. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to need a pastry dough. And I'm going to have a video on it to show you, but this is about half of it. I took half of it, the other's in the refrigerator. And you can use your bought pastry if you don't want to take the time to make it yourself. And you want to just pick up some little miniature cups. If you don't want to use liners, you don't have to, and you don't even have to grease your little tartlet pan. But I find the little papers make it easier, and the presentation does look a bit nicer. What you're going to do is you're just going to take about a teaspoonful of your dough, and I find just flattening it a little bit on my spoon ahead of time, I can then lift it off and then just press it in with my fingers. Now when you make the pastry in this little liner, you don't want the pastry dough to come up about 3/4 of the way. Don't fill your pastry right to the top. And I'm going to fill another one to show you. Again, these are really small, little delicate, petite liners. And just like I said, take a small amount, about a teaspoon or a little less, and just press that in the bottom with your index fingers to form your little crust. And don't be too worried if they're not exactly even or that type of thing. They usually bake up really so nice you don't have to worry about it. Now I have some that I've made ahead of time to show you what it looks like after it's properly beaten. Now what happens a lot of times though, as it sets, the almonds will actually sit to the bottom. So when I fill my little pan, I'm always reminded to stir and get to the bottom of my spoon. With a small teaspoon or any type of small spoon that you have, all you have to do is pick up about a teaspoon or less, and you're just going to fill in that dough. It usually takes about 1.5 teaspoons of your mixture to fill that. What you're going to do is you're going to bake them anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. And I have some to show you that are done. So they will look like this at 350 for 20 or 25 minutes till they come out to be a golden brown. And this is how they do turn out. They're extremely light and very fluffy. I'm going to take one out of the paper to show you. You have your pastry crust on the bottom, and then you have your almond tartlet in the center. And I'm going to cut one open to show you. And then you have that great tasting filling of almonds. They're easy to make. They're really a great recipe. Give this one a try. Hope you like it. Let me know. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.